Hiya there and welcome to Trains, Planes and Automobiles. Hopefully today you'll learn a little bit about the 1964 HMS HECLA. Cool name of a ship, a heckler, which basically means you're teasing someone, that type of thing. You know, a bad joke, you heckle them. So quite a cool name. Anyway, the HMS HECLA, she was launched in 1964. The HECLA was a precursor to a new class of oceanographic and hydrographic research vessels, which was to include three sister ships, the HMS HECATE, HERELALD and HYDRA. Many of the world's major navies maintain oceanographic and hydrographic survey vessels, all of them contributing to keeping abreast of changing in the physical environment at sea. But Britain's Admiralty is conscious of the greater responsibility it has in this field by virtue of the reliance placed on the accuracy of its charts, the first of which was drawn up in 1795. When HMS HECLA was commissioned in September 1965, she was the first of a new generation of such ships, and over more than 30 years she was in service and was rigorously kept up to date. Built by Yarrow at Blythswood, she was laid down in May 1964. She was launched in December of the same year. HMS HECLA was decommissioned in the year 1997. The first step in any oceanographic survey is to establish a datum point, and HECLA performed that task by reference to shore-based radio beacons and orbiting satellites, and by means of inertial and navigational systems. Then she could begin her real job by surveying the seabed systematically, comparing newly acquired data from vertical and side scan sonar and echo sounders to existing records, as well as gathering information on the local strength of the Earth's magnetic gravitational fields. She was also constantly monitored temperature and salinity of the water around her, and kept comprehensively meteorologically records. So basically she was an awesome weather station for the sea, basically, and that was going back in 1964, so she was pretty advanced for her time. Basically she was an oceanographical, hydrographical survey ship. She had a 3 Paxman Aventura single shaft diesel electric engine giving 1970 shp. She had a length of 79.2 meters or 260 feet and a beam of 14.9 meters, which is 0.9 feet. She had a weight of 2,780 tons standard and 2,970 tons normal. She had 117 staff, and the HECLA did actually serve some time in war. For all of the peaceful purposes, HMS HECLA was nominally at least a warship, with two quite different tasks facing her during her time at war. During the Falklands conflict in 1982, that's basically when Britain and Argentina had a bit of a fisticuffs, she and her sisters, HECATE and HYDRA, acted as ambulance ships, ferrying the most seriously wounded and injured men to Montevideo, the nearest point from which they could be evacuated to hospitals in the United Kingdom, which is basically Britain, during the period of 1988 to 1989. When Iran had some mines in the Persian Gulf and a multinational mine countermeasures force was engaged in trying to neutralise them, the HMS Herald was deployed there, and a coordination and command centre she became. She, at a range of 11 knots, she could travel 12,000 miles. So she was a pretty important ship. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. And I know there was some very big English words in that little fact, so I hope you understood everything, and I apologise for overseas people listening to my video who probably couldn't understand some of those big English words, so I do apologise for that. Science and posh words. Whoa. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.